In 1665, a deadly plague shut down England. Universities closed. Cities emptied. Fear spread everywhere. A 23-year-old student was forced to leave school and return home. He had no laboratory. No professors. No recognition. No audience. For nearly 2 years, he worked alone. That young man was Isaac Newton. And during that isolation, he developed the foundation of calculus. He discovered the laws of motion. He formed the theory of gravity. Alone. No social media. No meetings. No applause. Today we're breaking down why Newton chose isolation, how it shaped his genius, and the powerful life lessons you can apply in a world full of distractions. Stay until the end, because the final lesson explains why most people never reach their true potential. The plague that changed history. In 1665, the Great Plague of London spread rapidly. Cambridge University closed. Newton, then a student at University of Cambridge, returned to his family home in Woolsthorpe. This period became known as his Annus Mirabilis, Latin for Year of Wonders. While others paused their lives, Newton went deeper. He worked privately on ideas that would later become the laws of motion, universal gravitation, early calculus, revolutionary optics. He wasn't famous yet. He wasn't pressured by expectations. He had silence. And silence changed everything. Lesson number 1: Isolation removes distraction. Today, distraction is normal. Notifications. Messages. Endless scrolling. Constant noise. Newton had none of that. Isolation gave him something rare. Uninterrupted thought. Deep thinking requires boredom. It requires silence. It requires time without stimulation. Most people never go deep enough in thought to discover something meaningful, because they escape silence. Newton embraced it. Modern application. If you want creative ideas, clear decisions, personal breakthroughs, you need periods of intentional isolation. Not loneliness. Isolation with purpose. Even 1 hour daily without distraction can change your mental clarity. Great thinking cannot happen in constant noise. Lesson number 2: Solitude builds independent thinking. Newton did not follow popular opinions. He questioned everything. When he studied motion, he didn't accept traditional beliefs. He built new mathematical systems to explain reality. That level of thinking requires independence. Isolation protects originality. When you're constantly surrounded by opinions, trends, and expectations, your ideas slowly become copies. Newton's solitude helped him develop thinking that was not influenced by approval or criticism. Modern application. If you are always consuming, you rarely create. If you are always comparing, you rarely innovate. Time alone strengthens your internal voice. And the strongest creators trust their internal voice more than external noise. Lesson number 3: Deep work creates extraordinary results. There's a difference between being busy and being productive. Newton was not busy. He was focused. He would spend hours thinking about one problem. Not multitasking. Not checking updates. Not switching tasks every few minutes. Deep work is uncomfortable. It feels slow. It feels intense. It requires patience. But it produces results that shallow work never can. In isolation, Newton built frameworks that still shape science today. Modern application. Imagine what would happen if you turned your phone off for 2 hours daily. Focused deeply on one skill. Improved consistently for 1 year. Isolation multiplied by focus equals transformation. Most people underestimate what 2 focused years can do. Newton proved it. Lesson number 4: Isolation reveals who you are. When you're alone, there's no distraction from yourself. No validation. No applause. No external identity. Just you and your thoughts. Many people fear isolation because it forces self-confrontation. But growth begins there. Newton was naturally introverted and reflective. Instead of fighting his personality, he leaned into it. He turned what could have been loneliness into intellectual power. Modern application. Instead of escaping alone time, use it. Journal. Think. Plan. Reflect. Isolation can either create anxiety or clarity. The difference is intention. The final lesson: greatness requires separation. Every great achiever experiences seasons of separation. Not forever, but long enough to build something meaningful. Newton's isolation was temporary, but its impact was permanent. The world celebrates results. It rarely sees the silent seasons that created them. If you feel unseen right now, if you feel like you're working quietly without recognition, remember: roots grow in darkness. Before visibility comes preparation. Newton's quiet years built visible history. Reflection. Isolation is not about avoiding people. It's about building yourself. In a world addicted to attention, silence is power. Focus is rare. Deep work is a superpower. And your greatest breakthroughs may be waiting on the other side of intentional solitude. If this message helped you see isolation differently, I invite you to join this community. Subscribe for more powerful lessons from history's greatest minds. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next insight that could shift your mindset. And share this video with someone who feels behind, distracted, or stuck. Because sometimes, what feels like isolation is actually preparation. All the best.